Hello students, very good morning to all of you. Today I am going to continue with the second chapter of your book Vistas, that is The Tiger King, written by Kalki. Last week in this chapter we had read that the chapter begins with the introduction of the king of Pratibandhupuram and Kalki telling why he named the king of Pratibandhupuram as the Tiger King. This whole story, after reading the whole story, we'll come to know that why the author Kalki has named the king of Pratibandhupuram as the Tiger King, and in the beginning of the chapter he has told that nobody could stop him, telling this telling the reason why he named the king as the Tiger King. Though he can give the other name, he has cited many names by which the king was addressed. Then further, this story, as you had read, you know that it is a mixture of satire and humor and also irony. And we had read it, there's a fiction in the story. And in this, we had read that how a 10-day-old child answered to the prediction made by the astrologer, and he asked, or he raised an intelligent question asking the astrologer the cause of his death, instead of telling that he would meet death one day, as man is mortal and everyone has to die and death is inevitable. Then further, we had read that as the king grew up and he ascended the throne, then how he just made a proclamation that nobody could kill the tiger in his kingdom except him. Then now we are going to read further. Now we have to start with the 12th page, and it says that at another time he was in danger of losing his throne. A high ranking British officer visited Pratibandhupuram. He was very fond of hunting tigers and fonder of being photographed with the tigers he had shot. As usual, he wished to hunt tigers in Pratibandhupuram, but the Maharaja was firm in his resolve. Resolve means decision. Firm means determined. He was determined in his decision. He refused permission. I can organize any other hunt. You may go on a boar hunt, you may conduct a mouse hunt. We are ready for a mosquito hunt, but tiger hunt, that's impossible. So, in this paragraph, the writer tells us another instance when King Jung Jung Bahadur was about to lose his throne. A high ranking British officer visited Pratibandhupuram. He was fond of hunting tigers and he wanted the king in Pratibandhupuram also. He wanted to get himself photographed with the dead tigers. He wanted to hunt tigers in Pratibandhupuram also, but as the Maharaja had banned killing tigers by any other person, he did not give permission to his British official also. He offered him to go to any other hunting like mouse hunting or even a mosquito hunt, but he refused to arrange a tiger hunting for this British officer. Then further in the next paragraph says that the British officer's secretary sent word to the Maharaja through the Diwan that the Durai means, it is a Tamil word with the meaning chief or leader. Durai himself did not have to kill the tiger. The Maharaja could do the actual killing. What was important to the Durai? Durai was a photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger's carcass. Carcass is the dead body. But the Maharaja would not agree even to this proposal. If he relented means relaxed his decision. If he relented now, what would he do if other British officers turned up for tiger hunts? So in this paragraph, the writer says that the British official secretary sent a message to the tiger that the Durai, that is the leader or the chief, that is the official, himself did not want to kill the tiger. The king could kill the tiger, he only wanted to get him himself photographed with the dead body of a tiger. But the king did not agree to this proposal also. He said that if he relaxed his decision and allowed the official to get himself photographed with a dead tiger, then other British officers would also come to Pratibandhapuram in order to fulfill their wish of hunting a tiger. Then further in the next paragraph he says, because he prevented a British officer from fulfilling his desire, the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom itself. Why? Because the Maharaja and the Diwan held deliberations over this issue. As a result, a telegram was dispatched forthwith to a famous British company of jewelers in Calcutta, sent samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. So, in this paragraph, the meaning of the word deliberations is discussions, and dispatched means sent. So, in this paragraph, the writer says that as the king had refused a British officer from fulfilling his wish, he was in danger of losing his kingdom because the Britishers had spread all over India and they had become very powerful, and most of the states had gone into the hands of the Britishers. So the king had discussions with his minister over the issue. The king sent a telegram to a famous British company of jewelers based in Calcutta. He asked them to send samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs in order to impress the official, the British official. He wanted to gift the official's wife with a diamond ring. Then further in the next paragraph he says some 50 rings arrived. The Maharaja sent the whole lot to the British officer's good lady, that is wife. His wife, the king and the minister expected the Durai Sani. Durai Sani is the wife of the British official, to choose one or two rings and send the rest back. Within no time at all, the Durai Sani sent her reply, "Thank you very much for your gifts." So, and in 2 days, a bill of 3 lakh of rupees came from the British jewelers. The Maharaja was happy that though he had lost 3 lakh of rupees, he had managed to retain his kingdom. So, it is a very foolish thing. Now, in this paragraph, the writer says that the jeweler sent 50 rings and the Maharaja sent all of them to the British officer's wife to select 2 rings. He wanted to please her in order to make good the damage that he had done by refusing the official from going on a tiger hunt in his kingdom. The king had expected that the British officer's wife would choose 1 or 2 rings and return the others, but she just sent a reply saying thanks for the gift and she kept all the rings. After 2 days, the British jewelers sent a bill of 3 lakh rupees for the 50 diamond rings they had sent. The Maharaja was happy that he had saved his kingdom for a sum of 3 lakh rupees. Further, it says the Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. Within 10 years, he was able to kill 70 tigers, and then an unforeseen hurdle brought his mission to a standstill. The tiger population became extinct in the forests of Pratibandhapuram. Who knows whether the tigers practiced birth control or committed harakiri. Harakiri is a ritual of suicide practiced in Japan, or simply ran away from the state because they desired to be shot by British hands alone. So, in this paragraph, the writer says that the king was very successful in his tiger hunting missions. In a span of 10 years, he had killed 70 tigers. An unplanned problem stopped his mission. The problem was that there was no more tigers in Pratibandpuram. The writer creates humor when he says that maybe the tigers practiced birth control activities and did not produce offsprings, or maybe they committed suicide. So he also added that it could be that they ran away from Pratibandpuram because they did not want to be killed by an Indian, and on the other hand, they wanted to be killed by a Britisher. So here the author, the narrator, has used a or has created humor in these lines. Then further in the next paragraph he says, one day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. Diwan Sahib, aren't you aware of the fact that 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by this gun of mine? He asked, brandishing his gun. The word brandishing here means waving as a threat or in anger or excitement. Then further it says, shuddering at the sight of the gun, the Diwan cried out, Your Majesty, I am not a tiger. Shuddering means tremble with fear. Then further it says, which idiot would call you a tiger? No, and I am not a gun. You are neither tiger nor gun, Diwan Sahib. I summoned you here for a different purpose. I have decided to get married. So again, the writer Kalki has introduced humor in these lines, and in this paragraph he says, one day the king called his minister and waved his gun towards him. He said that he was yet to kill 30 more tigers. The minister was scared when he saw the gun, and he cried to the king that he was not a tiger, as he feared that the king might aim his gun at him. The king said that he was not foolish, that he would mistake the minister for a tiger. The minister was so scared that he added that he was neither a gun. The king said to him that he knew that he was neither a tiger nor not a gun, but on the other hand, the king had called his minister for another work, and the work was that the king wanted to get married, as the tigers were over in his kingdom, and he wanted to marry the girl or the daughter of that king in whose kingdom he could kill the tigers. So his main purpose was to kill tigers, and he wanted to marry for this purpose only. Then further the next paragraph says, don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? What I want is a tiger. Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for this state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. So again, there's a humor in these lines. In these lines, the writer says that the minister was so confused that he started speaking something in a silly way. He said that the king already had 2 wives, and if the minister married the king interrupted the minister and scolded him for speaking nonsense. He said that he had no reason to marry the minister, and he did not want to marry the minister. He said that he wanted a tiger. So the writer again creates humor when he says that the minister told the king that he should think over his decision. The minister adds that the king's ancestors were married to the sword, and so if he wanted, he could marry the gun. But marrying a tiger and getting a tiger queen for the kingdom of Pratibandpuram was not a good thought. He added that the tiger king was enough for the state, and they did not need the tiger queen.